Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to rent your own Palworld server on Gportal and also how to transfer your single player world, including your character, your pals and your gear and everything else onto this specific server that you can play with your friends on. So let's get straight into it and start with explaining how to rent the server and how to set it up. So first of all, we have to go on the Gportal website, and for that you can use the link in the video description, and since I'm partnered with Gportal, you will get a 10% discount on any server, and you will support me by using this link. And after you're on the website now, we have to log in first. So, and after we are signed in, we just have to go on rent a server here. Then, if Palworld is not in the top games here, then just go down here and type in Palworld. And then go on order now. Then you can either choose one of the presets here if this is fine for you, or you go and create your own configuration. And then you can put your player slots here. If you have like 20 friends, then you have to obviously put it on 20 or something. And you already see the 10% discount here. But I will put it on 4 and the duration only on 3 days, since I'm just going to show it to you and not going to use the server actively. And also if you rent multiple days right now, then you will get obviously a discount on top of this one. And then you have to choose your available location, so the closest location to you. For me, it's Europe, Frankfurt, since I live in Germany. If you're in the USA, you have to see here one of the USA server and pick one of these. And then just go on continue. Now we are on the payment window here. Here you can choose from PayPal, credit card, bank transfer, passive card. I'm going to pay with my balance since I have balance on Gportal here. And then you will just have to press order now, as I did now. And you see it will just take a few seconds until your server is set up and ready to play. So there we go now. If you just want to start playing instantly without any settings, you can now press here on this small button and then the server will instantly start. Otherwise, we can go into the basic settings first. The access data we will only need if we want to import our single player world onto the server, what I'm going to show you later after we've gone through the settings here. But first of all, we go into basic settings, because in status we don't have to change anything. And here you can first choose a server name, for example Regant test server. Then a server description if you want, an admin password, let's type in hello6, and for server password hello5. You can also decrease the max players here again, and you will have some extended settings here. Probably the most important one, death penalty. So what happens if you die? Currently you lose all items, equipments, so they will be dropped and you will have to pick them up. I would just put in no loss for now, since this was also my single player world. Then you can turn on PvP, for example. Enable fast travel, I would recommend actually. And yeah, you can also activate friendly fire, and you have some options to play around here. And yeah, then you also have some options here that you can set higher or lower. For example, daytime speed rate. If the day is too short or something, you can put this number down and then it will be longer. Or you want a shorter night, then put this number higher. If you want more XP or player damage attacks. So these are all self-explaining here. Enemy drop item rate. If you want the enemies to drop sick items, then just put this higher. And yeah, so nothing special here. Just go through it, and if you want to change anything, just do it. Let's press save then, and there we go. Then we have the file manager. You don't have to change anything here actually. Then we have restarts. I would recommend to set restarts for every 6 hours on your server. Why? Because even if you're not playing and just your friends are playing, it happens after some time where players are actively playing on the server will crash. And if you put automatic restarts onto the server, then after every 6 hours the server will be restarted and everyone is good to go. So I would recommend just every 6 hours a quick restart. This should be fine. And then also backups. You can turn on automatic backups, but you can also let this turn off here. And yeah, when should you do a backup? Definitely every time before you do some bigger changes on the server. For example, if you want to install some mods or some plugins or stuff like that, or you want to extract your world, create a backup and just in case something goes wrong, you're good to go. It will just take a few seconds, create a backup, and you're ready to go. So just keep this in mind. Then we have permissions. Here you can give players or your friends fully access to the server settings, the same as you do right now. So if I would have a friend that's name is Kevin, for example, and his username is Kevin123, I could type in Kevin123, and Kevin would have access to the server settings. Then, for example, if you go on holiday or something, then you can easily give this to your friends, so you don't have to worry about your server or just change some settings while you're on holiday. Then just your friends can do this, and you don't have this struggle anymore. Then you have some help here, support, forum, wiki, Discord. I would definitely recommend joining the Discord, since there you can get live supports, not only from the supporters, also from other players that probably ran into the same problem as you did. So yeah, then we are actually already good to go. So let's go to status and start the server. There we go. And now the only thing we will need is the IP. And if you've set a password, as we did, hello5 for the server, and then we will need this one as well. So now let's start Palworld. So then we just have to press join multiplayer game. Okay. And then go into here and put in your IP that you just copied and enter password, since we have a password. Otherwise you can't connect to your server if you set a password and you don't make the hook here. So then connect, and we have to type in hello5 since this was our password. Then it's loading, and it will take a few seconds until we join our server. And there we go. Now we can set up a character. Let's make it Regund 6. And then we can choose a character. Let's take this one. Yes. And there we go, our world is ready. We can skip this here. Now you can just choose a spawn, give your friends the IP address including the password so they can join the server too, and then you're good to go and you can start playing on your server. But now, what if you want to import your single player world that you have spent hundreds of hours already? How do you get it onto your server? That's also actually not as complicated as you might think now. It will take like, I would say 10 to 15 minutes if you do it the first time and you follow the steps of the video. So first of all, we have to leave the game and go to the menu. Then go on start game, and then you will have your single player world here. So I have the Regund world that we have created in one of my last videos. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. And also we recorded the intro in there. And then we will have to put or press this folder here. This will open the world folder, I would say. Don't change anything for now. We will just minimize this and leave the game. Then make sure to turn off your server here. And now we will need a program that's called FileZilla here. This is how it looks. I will link the download link in the video description. Don't worry, it's a safe file here. It's a normal program that you use for stuff like that. So we get access to the data of the server. And now you see some server. This is username. Sorry that it's German right now. And password and port. We will find this on our Gportal server side on status and access data. So here we have the IP. We can now just copy paste everything. Same for the username, the password, and the port. So there we go. Now this means connect. So verbinden, connect. Okay. You don't have to read this. And then we will end up in this window here where our server is. Then go onto or press PAL here. You can go here or here. I would recommend going in this area here. Then on saved, save game, and the 0. Then we will have a world here. Now we can delete this one. Yes. It just says, do you really want to delete it? Yes. So, okay, now we are good to go. And this was the file with the long name. So all world folders have this weird name with numbers and stuff. As you see here. So this here is our world name from our single player world. As this is what we've opened from Palworld. These are other worlds. So keep in mind which one you actually opened. So now just right click and copy it, or Control C on your keyboard. So we copy this world because we want to create a copy and work with this one in case something goes wrong, that we don't destroy our original world. Then we can close this window since we don't need this anymore for the rest of the video. And now I created another folder here that's called Palworld video on my desktop. And you can just call it however you want. Also Palworld backup file or whatever you want. And then press, Control V. So we get the copy of our world here. Then you can open it and go in here and delete this world option.sav. Just delete it. Nothing else. Then we have to go one step back and just take this folder and drag it into our server, into our FileZilla here, where we just deleted the other one. This will take a few seconds, and then FileZilla will give you a notification, hey, it's done. Probably it will take 1 or 2 minutes, depending on your server and your internet. But you see, okay, it just says, oh, every data was transferred successfully. Then very important, do a right click here, and this is called rename, so we can just copy this name. So Control C or just copy with the right mouse button. Don't change it, very important. Then you have to go back 2 times, or you just go here into the config folder, since we need to go into the config folder. Open it, Windows Server. So then there will be a file that's called Game User Settings. Right click it and press Edit. Sorry, this is German again for me. This is just called Edit here. This window can possibly look a little bit different to you, but just the window, because you will find this sentence, I would say here, dedicated server name. Then you have to mark all of the numbers here and exchange them with what you've copied before. So Control V now, or right click and insert. So this is the number we will need here, or you will have the number of your server here. So then just save it and close it. He will ask you now, oh, do you really want to transfer this data, this edited data into your server? And you say yes. So then we are good to go, and we can go back onto Gportal and start our server, since now we already transferred our world. To test this, make sure to copy your IP again and remember your password and start Palworld. So join Multiplayer World. Oh, no. Then type in your IP, your password, hello5, and then you should be good to go. You will respawn now, so don't be surprised by that. And you actually have to join the server once, so just keep this in mind, that you can't skip this step of server, of joining the server. You will know why in a few steps here. So there we go. Now give your character a name that you will remember as the new name. For example, I was called on the old server Regant, and now I will call my character Regant2. So make sure to just make it your name under 2, or use the same name. This doesn't matter, just the name that you can, that you know exactly, okay, this one is this one and this one is this one. If your friend Kevin is playing with the name Kevin, then give him he should name his character Kevin2. There we go, start game, yes. Now, in the best case, all of your friends will do this step once for the character transfer that we're going to do in a few steps. So the same as you did. Regant creates Regant2, and your friends always create a character that's called their character name plus enter 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. Then we are on the server, and after you joined the server, you can theoretically already leave the server again, but I want to make sure that I'm on the same world, that everything to this point worked correctly. So I will just start running towards the spot where my base normally is, so I can make sure that the world was successfully transferred to the server. You can do this, you can skip this, but if you skip this, you run into a problem in the next step, you don't know where the problem was. But if you find your world, the correct world here, then you know the problem wasn't up to this point here. So, and there we go, we see our old world is here. And now we will also see, oh, we don't have access to it because it belongs to another guild. Obviously, since it was my other character that we're playing on, and now we want to get our character onto this world, since we want to use our base again and continue playing on our single player world here. For that, just leave the game again and go back onto Gportal here and stop the server. Very important. Then we go into FileZilla. Then go back into your save game here, where we've imported our world. So you remember this. This was the world that we've implemented from our... This is the server, or the world we've implemented. And then you can copy this. Oh wait, we're gonna do it different. We're gonna go into the folder and create a new folder called Character Transfer, for example. There we go. Open this folder and then just drag this file into this folder here. There we go. This will take a few seconds and FileZilla will give you again a confirmation after it's done. There we go. And now we have the character transfer file. And now we have to go, just press the link. I'm going to link this website in the video description. And then we have to download this Palworld host save fix. And then you will most likely find it in your download folder. If it doesn't open automatically, then you can start it. And don't worry, this is a save file, by the way. And now you see, please select the level SAV file that should be updated. Now we have to select the file that on the character transfer folder. So this one, we have to find this one. This is my desktop Palworld video character transfer. Let me put the path in here real quick. So there we go. We are on the Palworld video. Then here, open this. So now we open our world and choose the level.sav file and open it. So there we go. This can take now a few seconds. Don't close the window. Doesn't matter what happens if the window freezes. Just wait a few seconds. This can also take a few minutes. Just don't do anything. For me, it's pretty quick right now. It's also a very small world, so and only one character. If you have 20 players on your server, this can take a little bit longer. And now select the old player account. This progress will be migrated. So the player you want to keep playing with. For me, it's Regant level 7. So there we go. This was the character I've started the world with, and that was my character on the single player world. And now select the new player account. So you remember, when I mentioned, get your name and a 2 behind it, so you know exactly which one it is. So there we go. I have Regant 2 now, and this one I want to overwrite with Regant 7. So my character that I just created will be then my old one. Then press migrate. Okay. This can take up to 10 minutes, as the program is already mentioning here. Don't close the window, even if it freezes, just don't do anything here. Just go on a walk or just make a short break. For me, it just took a few seconds now, but if it takes longer, don't do anything here. Then, yeah, just press OK. There we go, everything done. Very important, you have to repeat this with Kevin and with all of your friends. So if you're playing with 20 players on your server, you have to repeat this to start the program, choose both characters, and yeah, migrate them. You have to do it 20 times if you want to do it for 20 friends. So keep this in mind, and yeah. Then we have to go into FileZilla again. There we go. And now we can delete this folder here, since we have our overwritten one right here. Wait until it's deleted before you import the new one. And now from the character transfer folder, we just drag this file onto our server. Then you will get a confirmation after a few seconds again. By the way, don't forget, these steps can take much longer for you, since your world is probably much bigger with tons of parts and everything. For me, it's just a very small world right now. Okay, there we go. It transferred the file successfully. And now we can go back into Gportal and start the server, copy the IP, and start the game. So there we go. Close it, join multiplayer game, type in your IP or copy it into it, enter password, hello5. Okay, we are joining. And everything goes right now. We should be on our old character. It can happen that the game will crash or something, or that you will respawn after you joined now. For me, both happened already. The game crashed once, and also I had to respawn 2 times already when I did it 2 times. So respawning is, I think, fixed in this progress. I don't know why. So make sure to probably get your loot into a chest before you start the whole process. There we go. You saw our character already, and now we can choose a respawn point. So as I meant, make sure to save your stuff before you start all of this process in your single player world, probably. I don't know how this will affect your character if you set that the set up this setting that you lose your stuff if you die, for example. I don't know if my character died now or what happened. I can't tell you that. But now you see we are in our world. It can now lag for 1 or 2 minutes because everything has to set up here. But yeah, we can rock around now. We can start playing, and we successfully transferred our single player world onto a server. Yeah, I think it's really nice that you can actually do this, since many players, I think, in Palworld have at the beginning spent tons of hours on single player worlds. And yeah, don't forget to use the 10% discount link in the video description. And also don't forget to subscribe, watch the old video where we've built this starter base here, and then hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!